Welcome to Nerd and the Noob, episode 15. This week, Michael Bay didn't kill my childhood. Hello, everybody.
What's up?
For those of you not watching this live, you won't know that we had to do 2 takes because idiot over here doesn't know when to shut up when the intro's going.
Hi. My name is Greg. I am your nerd.
I am Michael. I'm the noob. And we're going to get back into the world of comics and nerdy type things.
Nerdy type things?
Nerdy type things?
I like nerdy type things.
I do too.
What did you do in your weekend chat explosion?
In my weekend chat explosion, we moved some more today. I know.
I don't know if
strange.
that's so much in the chat explosion anymore.
It's more like the chat normalcy. We moved actually most of the living room now. We took the couch, which is actually a futon. We took the recliner, which is actually a recliner.
Barely.
We took our 7-foot cat house. It's this cat, so stupid. Yeah. Honey, I love you, but it's a little overdone. Anyways, took that and we took a couple lamps, got those all set up. So now we have nowhere to sit in the living room in this place, but it's very comfy at the new place where we're not actually staying right now.
Do you have power going at both places now?
Yes, I have had for a month now. It's gonna get expensive. No, I do not. Wrong cat house, big man. Wrong cat house. Let's see. Other than that, last night we didn't do anything. I streamed. Oh no, we did. We went out to eat last night. It was so good. I love going there.
Where'd you go?
Japanese hibachi.
Oh, I hate you.
So good. So we went there last night, and then I streamed for a few hours till 1:30 last night.
Oh.
Did some Minecraft, some Tekkit. Built a house in Tekkit. That was nice.
Thrown me a tweet. I was up.
Oh, were you? Oh, I didn't even think about you being on vacation. And then other than that, today we just did a little bit of moving. Some of the in-laws came up. My sister-in-law and brother-in-law came up. And we kind of just hung out at the house. I hung the curtain rod that we're going to try and put the green screen on.
Nice.
So that we can go back and forth with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to work, but I hung it. So, yeah.
Let's see here. I went to the mall. It was forced shoe shopping for me, actually. Okay. I needed new shoes.
Gotcha.
My son went with me and my girlfriend. She got him a Build-A-Bear, Iron Man. He called it, Tony.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
He cranked some money out of her. That Build-A-Bear was expensive. And he's just walking around. He's sitting in the mall when I'm trying on shoes, and he's just sitting there going,
That's your son.
and he's sitting there, pew pew lasers.
No, Darren, he did not get purple shoes.
I got blue.
He got these bright blue ones. They're weird. For those of you that don't know, if you're new to the show, we do film this live. And so we do have a chat open if you want to come over, and we do kind of go back and forth with the chat sometimes. So, it's fun.
Oh, yeah. And then today I almost had a stroke because I was watching the Titans game.
Oh, my freaking Lord, what a football game. 18 seconds. We won. No, we screw that up. And then we go into overtime. I thought we were going to screw that one up. And it was just like, oh, my God, what a game.
So almost had a stroke today.
Yeah.
Other than that, we went back over. He was playing with his friend. He comes running in the living room with a blanket over him, and he says, "I'm Batman, and he's Robin." So that made me laugh. But what was funny is they got so mad at us at yelling at the football game, they slammed their door.
Wow, 5-year-olds slammed the door.
Because they kept screaming, under the door, you could see little lips. Start screaming!
Oh, I was in the new house, and we don't have a lot of stuff on the walls, and so
sound bounces.
I was like, oh, come on! It's like, oh, come on, bouncing off the walls. It was ridiculous. So yeah, it was the Bengals. Yeah, that's about it. And then today, we watched the football game, did a little moving, and then we're sitting here getting ready. A really good comic this week, by the way.
I liked it, and there was almost no superheroing.
I know. Great when we get to the comic of the week, really, really good. We talked about this one like 3 times.
I tweeted it this week, what we were going to do. So if you didn't see it, why aren't you following us?
Yeah,
at Nerd and the Noob.
At Nerd and the Noob. Go right now. If you're not following us, raise your hand if you're not following us on Twitter and you have a Twitter. And then once you raise your hand, smack that hand and go follow us on Twitter.
And then use the hand that has been smacked and type in at Nerd and the Noob and press the follow button.
So there you go. Moving on.
You've been instructed. Are we going into the long box now?
I think we're going to move on to the long box. Would you like to start with the first one?
The first one I found this week was kind of cool. Max Landis is writing a superhero police drama called Vigilant.
Now, I say we already had
Now, here's the thing, though. It's going to Fox, which means it's probably going to be very good, and then they're going to cancel it.
The only good show on Fox right now is like, and I'm going to show my weirdness, is like Glee.
Family Guy.
Okay, not cartoons.
Okay.
Which I will admit that I freely went to the DVR in the new house because I kind of forgot about things and went forward. A week and a half to make sure I already had set for the new Family Guy and Simpsons and all that. Not this week, but next week.
Yeah, I've seen the promo for Family Guy. Anyway, Fox is looking to develop a superhero pilot drama from the Homeland executive producer Howard Gordon and the Chronicle screenwriter Max Landis. You've seen the Chronicle, I didn't.
That was a strange movie, but strangely good, like in a weird way. It was like an artsy way good. Anyways, go ahead.
The project has received a script plus penalty order. Never heard of this before. Basically, that means the network will have to pay something even if the pilot isn't greenlit, which means they asked for this.
Okay, I got that.
It's going to be called Vigilant. It is a origin story told from the unlikely perspective of a smart 20-year-old woman
unlikely
who happens to be a social outcast. Oh my God, you're going to get picked. You're going to get destroyed.
That was a joke. If you didn't know, that was a joke. Go ahead.
After an honorable veteran detective is coerced into work for the corrupt head of internal affairs, the detective's daughter plots her revenge by creating a fictional vigilante persona to take on criminal elements with the police department.
Within the police department.
Now, you mentioned that something was kind of like this a couple of years ago with the Cape.
See, this says superhero called it. This is not. This is superhero in the aspect that Batman is superhero. As much as Batman is a superhero, he's still just a guy with a mask on.
Right, but the Cape, he was no longer a cop.
True.
We could also think along the lines of the Phantom.
Oh, let's not think the Phantom.
I loved the old movie, and the new show featured free running, which I also enjoyed. They had a new movie.
What is it? Okay, go ahead. Sorry. Keep going. The Phantom? Continue.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry, I got confused by something
What's
in
going on in the chat?
Don't worry about it. I'll deal with it. Go.
Okay. The Emmy-nominated Gordon, who worked on 24 and co-developed Homeland.
I didn't watch that. And 24, I didn't watch either.
I didn't watch 24 either. Apparently, he's the son of John Landis.
I don't know.
I don't know who that is. Anyway, what do you think about a superhero drama?
Okay.
I mean,
it's not a superhero drama. I mean, and they tried one of those like the variety shows.
You think she's got to have powers?
I think she has to have some kind of powers before it becomes a superhero.
Didn't they do? Okay, there was the one show with
you know what I want to see?
Super Family.
You know what I want to see? I want to see somebody the equivalent of like Siler from Heroes doing a superhero drama, a police drama. That's what I want to see. Okay?
All right.
That's what I want to see. I don't want to see another show of somebody going, I'm very angry. I'm going to put on a cape and fight crime. But oh my God, it's different because she's fighting the stuff in the police department.
I think I'd rather see a superhero drama maybe based around kind of like the way Push was.
Okay, that was more down to earth, I guess. I mean, as far as you can call anything with powers down to earth, then Push was pretty good. I liked Push. Push was a good movie.
Big Man in the chat asked if we can talk about Green Arrow. I haven't looked at anything on Green Arrow because I'm going to watch it. Yet? Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, when it premieres, we'll talk about it because I want to see that too. I don't know if I like the guy playing him.
You like the dude from Smallville?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy playing Green Arrow looks like the Brawny Man or something to me.
Well, I mean, they're using the backstory of I was stranded on an island for a year and I had to learn how to fend for myself. Like, I have...
How does that make you a superhero in archery?
I actually have, and I'll bring it for you, Green Arrow Year 1 that they put out about 5 or 6 years ago. Mm-hmm. And, like, the way it worked is he was already good at archery. It was something his parents let him do. But he gets stranded on an island for a while. He learns to fend for himself. He finds, like, some parts off of a wreck. Like, he takes some parts on a car that was on the island for some reason.
Oh yeah, because that's normal.
No, it's a drug retail. It's a drug trafficking island.
Gotcha. Go ahead.
And he makes a bow out of it, like a compound bow out of the springs for the shock.
Okay, go continue.
But he survives on there for a while. He stops a drug ring, saves some people's lives, and then when he comes back, he's got all the money and the toys still. So. He becomes a vigilante for his city. And
I like him. I like Green Arrow. If they do this well, I think it'll work. I like it. So, I like it. I like what Big Man said in it. He goes, yeah, stranded on an island. That makes you Tom Hanks. Not a superhero.
but
Wilson!
He didn't have Wilson, though.
Okay,
but back to this one.
Charlie the Arrow.
What do you think about, like, the police department part of this? Because back in the day, like, early Batman stuff, even as far as the comic books go, Batman worked with the police department.
I think this would have to be a period piece for it. I think this is going to have to be a period piece for it to work. Yes, there's
what period are you thinking?
There's still corruption in police departments. I have no doubts of that. But I think they'd have to do something back from like the 60s or the 70s where corruption was just rampant. In like Chicago or something like that, where people owned the cops. It kind of depends on where it's at. Does it say if it's going to be in like New York or something like that?
No, it doesn't say where it's going to be featured at.
It's going to have to be something like that. I don't know. Otherwise, it doesn't work. I mean, you can't stick it, you can't be like, sorry. Every time I think of Miami now, I think, oh! Dun, dun, dun. Do it. And take the sunglasses off, throw them back on. Sorry, I always think of CSI Miami. But that's my problem with that. Is I think that you can't do that internal police drama thing, honestly, because that stuff never catches on.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to catch on. Do you think they're catching on to the tail end of the popularity for police dramas?
Oh, absolutely. Like I've seen several of these police dramas in the last few years that just go whoop, whoop,
and unless the show is titled with a bunch of letters, I don't think it's gonna work.
No, it's true. I mean, it's have to be like what is that one like on Cartoon Network?
I don't know. I can't even say it.
It's like you got NCIS LA.
CSI Miami, CSI New York.
Has anybody watched
CSI
Vegas?
Australia?
Yeah, that would be awesome. I would watch that. Crikey!
It appears the Dango did it.
No. See, this would be the first line. Crikey! That's not a knife. This is a knife. And I've just pissed off everybody in Australia. Anyway. Oh, God save me.
And then you forget all the 50,000 Law and Orders.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think there's one playing every 5 seconds on television.
Oh, absolutely. There has to be.
And most of them are on TNT.
Yes. So, I mean, I don't see it.
I don't want it to be a drama.
Okay,
I think I'd rather see a comedy.
No, see, I think they tried the like family comedy thing with the guy
Michael
who played.
Chiklis.
Yeah, and I watched like 4 episodes and it was like, wow, this sucks. And so, I mean, I didn't finish watching, even though the mom in that is considerably hot.
Because that always helps.
It does, but I don't know. It's just, I don't think it works. I think I'd rather them bring back season 1 of Heroes. I liked
do you really gotta
season 2.
Do you really got to save the cheerleader all over again?
Or season 2. I think whoever wrote season 1 and season 2 needs to kick the guy from season 3 in the balls and then take his show back. Because that's what I want.
Season 3 happened during the writer's strike. That's what happened there.
Season 3 was horrible. Me personally, if I wanted to see a superhero police drama, I think I'd make it more along the lines of a buddy cop film. I mean, comedy, yes, but not like the family-oriented. Honestly, superheroes, I don't care about the family. If Bruce Wayne had a kid today, I don't give a shit.
He does. He's Robin.
You get what I mean, though?
Yes.
I don't care. So I don't care. His kid? By who? I don't care. He's Batman. Who can make a buddy cop style show? With it's not campy. Don't make it campy. But make it so that one cop is not superhero, the other one is superhero.
Oh yeah, the one that isn't a superhero always covering for the one that is.
Exactly, something along those lines.
But you know that feeds into the partner's always in trouble. How are they getting any real police work done when you got to save the partner every time?
Oh yeah, but that's okay. You get the Lois Lane complex.
Are we talking detective? Is she going to be a detective, or is she going to be, working the desk?
Cop or something?
Yeah, I mean...
She's not working the desk, I can tell you that one.
But that's her superpower. Can answer 15 phones at one time.
Yeah, she's like, hello. No, hold.
Did we ever watch the Witchblade series?
No. Cop show, The Punisher. HBO, rated R, it works. I agree. I could do that.
Moving on.
We have a winner. So if HBO wants to pick up The Punisher with a good actor, not the guy from the second movie, but the guy from the first movie.
True.
But he's in Hung now, so
yes.
But if I would like to see that. That would be good. Yeah, and somebody just on here that's what we were talking about would be similar to Grimm, but superheroes instead of supernatural.
Why don't we mix Grimm with Supernatural? It's a drama, but you got Grimm with all the cool stuff.
That's the same show.
No, it's not.
Grimm is mixed with Supernatural.
No, it's not.
Yes, Grimm is Supernatural. Werewolves, blah blah blah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
I thought it was like fairy tales.
Well,
isn't it fairy tales?
Same thing. Werewolves is part of fairy tales.
Zombies.
Little Red Riding Hood. It's not a werewolf. Wow. Please help me. Please.
I don't watch a lot of TV anymore.
Help me, everybody. Anyways, I agree with our chat. Big Man says The Punisher from HBO, rated R. I would pay for HBO for something like that. Actually, the comic book version, not the movie version. The version where he had the van with the guy that helped him out, and he was going around. Like, make it like situational or episodic.
Okay.
I would watch that in a heartbeat. I would definitely watch that in a heartbeat.
All right, moving on. Okay.
Next part.
We're gonna go with the next one. It makes you giggle. This one probably should be in the short box, but it's still funny.
This is so stupid. We probably won't talk about it very long. I'll let him read the whole article, and then we'll pull something else into the long box. Marvel sues Jerusalem store over Spider-Man yarmulkes.
There's a picture of the yarmulke.
It's so stupid. Here we go. You want to see this? You guys in the chat want to see this? This is so stupid. Who wants a Spider-Man yarmulke? I thought a yarmulke was like a man thing. I mean, look at this. Spider-Man yarmulke. Why do I gotta get covered up every time we do this? Because you're on that side of the screen. Thank you. You're a little vain. You happy? That's better. Who wants that? I'd buy it. No, I wouldn't even buy it. I would buy it. I would totally buy it. It totally doesn't look like Spider-Man except for the face. The rest of it, that's a half moon of blue, a half moon of red, and 2 splotches of red there. I mean, if you squint and turn your head sideways and pretend, it almost looks like Spider-Man. I think it would have looked better if they had like a black outline on it or something. Yeah, but that might have meant, Anyways, so yeah, that was pretty stupid. So why don't you go ahead and just, he must go back here. Read the article for us. Marvel has sued a Jerusalem retailer for $25,000, claiming the well-known Kippa Man store. You should read the chat. What is it? Read Big Man's.
The advertisers want to see more Noob. Sorry, he's the Gwen Stefani of the group. Nice.
Okay, continue on.
Claiming the well-known Kippaman store is infringing on its trademarks by selling unlicensed yarmulkes bearing Spider-Man's likeness. A reasonable consumer could be fooled into thinking that the infringing product is manufactured and or sold by the plaintiff with the knowledge and or approval of the defendant. So basically, Marvel got mad because somebody decided to make something.
Yeah.
And sell it. How much are they going for?
Did you know that there's an R in yarmulke?
No, I'm not.
Actually, for that matter, I didn't know there was an L in yarmulke. Yam, K. Y-A-M-U-A, K-U. That's how I thought you spelled yarmulke. This says Y-A-R-M-U-L-K-E-S. That looks like yarmulkes.
Let's not offend people.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
You're already on strike one with women today. Do you want to be on strike two with the Jewish people?
This could be bad because you know what the comic is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see? Go on. Took you a minute.
So anyway, there are 20 stores on the street where this is sold. They're manufactured in China.
Of course they are.
Let's see here. The Times of Israel characterized the lawsuit as the first move by Marvel against what is perceived as widespread copyright infringement in Israel, where products featuring its copyrighted superheroes are commonly sold. This is straight up in Jerusalem.
Hey, you know what?
It's not even like New York.
I say more power to Marvel. Me doing the YouTube thing and with the live streaming and that kind of stuff, I may not produce my own stuff, but if somebody wanted to take something of mine that I had spent money to create, like I put a lot of money into what I do, and then they turn around and use something of mine to make money.
Oh yeah.
Then I can understand that.
Now, if they wanted to make these for the kids and stuff like that, or for the children like us, and offer them up, that's different. You're not making a profit off of them. You're just handing them out there.
Oh yeah, that's different. Hey, here you go, kiddies. Have a Spider-Man yarmulke.
I agree with that. That's kind of one of the reasons. A lot of people are going to go up in arms saying, Marvel's just attacking anybody now. But the problem is you're right.
Marvel has a character that they own. You can't make money off him. Not in this kind of fashion. I mean, yeah, if Granny down the street makes a handmade. Now I'm saying it wrong because of the stupid spelling. Yarmulke. Marvel's probably not going to go after Granny Sue. But she's maybe made 15 of these things.
Yeah.
Whereas China's probably put out several thousand. I think the bigger
reason is this is someone in retail stores.
Right.
It's not like the dude down the street who, builds something and sells the product at a fair.
Right.
Once a year and makes $100. They're reasonably making a little bit of money on this.
A little bit would probably be
at least $25,000.
Yes, that would probably. Well, I doubt that. It's probably half of that.
Nope, different person.
So interesting story, but it's kind of really a dead end story. They're gonna lose. Marvel's gonna win. They're gonna get their money, and these yarmulkes are gonna stop being sold. And then Marvel's gonna turn around, hire the same Chinese manufacturer to make the yarmulkes a little bit better for them, and then sell them for twice the money.
Yeah, but it's gotta look way better than that.
Yeah, it must look way better than that.
In fact, they should probably bring that here and make jobs here.
That would be good.
And make...
Lots of Jewish people need jobs, I'm sure.
Yes.
I should shut up.
You are
being totally racist today.
Being horrible today.
I'm being
big man. The Jews are suing the Jews.
Is Marvel Jewish?
I don't know. I think Stan Lee's name is Leibowitz.
If you're Jewish, I apologize. Thank you for saying Leibowitz in the middle of my sentence. I apologize. We discriminate against all, not just some. It just comes out at different times. So
nice.
Anyways, moving on to the next story in the long box. The long box has only taken us 25 minutes so far.
Go at it.
Have Marvel, and I don't know what this word means, retconned the Avengers on DVD or just censored it? Apparently, according to this guy right here who told me earlier, they have taken out a specific scene from the movie the Avengers, where, oh dear Lord, what's his name?
Coulson,
the one where he gets stabbed through his chest. Well, apparently the organization that does the ratings in Britain said, no, we can't have that, or if you have that, you can't have a rating where kids will be able to watch it, or something along those lines. And so they've had to go through and in post actually take out the piece that comes out of his chest. So apparently they're stabbing him and it stops in his spine. I don't know, but he's still going. And so they've had to take this out.
I don't understand that, actually. I really don't. You and I have watched British TV for years, and they're not light on a lot of stuff. But I don't get why. I mean, he's dead. Why can't you show the giant 2-foot blade going through him?
Right.
It's part of the movie, you know. It's one of those shock things. When it happened, when I was watching the movie,
scared the crap out of me.
I was mad. I was super pissed.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. Someone had to close my mouth because I was gonna catch flies. And
that kind of worries me, though.
The problem with, okay, in Europe it's called Avengers Assemble.
Really?
First of all, yes. Secondly, there's retconning. Retconning is basically means re-continuity, I guess it would be. Redoing the continuity. Going back and pretending something never happened. Or writing it out in a way to where, okay, it actually happened, but it didn't really happen. Like Captain America died. But what really happened is someone shot him with a time bullet.
Shut up about Captain America.
Do you get what I mean? That's what retconning is. Retconning goes in. This happened to Spider-Man a few years back where a lot of Spider-Man fans stopped reading Spider-Man. They went back and made it, basically retconned all of Peter Parker's marriage to Mary Jane.
Nice.
They completely wiped it out. Like it never happened.
Or something?
No, he made a deal to keep Aunt May alive, I think. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But, you know.
Here's what pisses me off. Is the fact that they've already played this in theaters.
Oh, everywhere. I mean,
this is they played the original version in theaters.
In Europe, too.
In Europe, where they're changing this. So, apparently, to release it on Blu-ray and DVD, they had to take the thing out of his chest. The giant blade out of his chest. That makes no sense to me. Most of your population has already seen this.
So, yeah.
One of our chat or bullet people in chat says they showed it in the movie when I saw it in the cinema, and I'm British. We knew you were British when you said cinema. Just letting you know that.
Okay, then let's ask Wiccan. Wiccan, what reasoning do you know that they would have to drop this from the DVD there? I mean, why not just put a higher rating on it? I mean, we have our own rating system here.
Right.
Why not put a higher rating on it there? I don't get it. I don't get why they would have to change this. Retconning upsets me so much. I mean, beyond the point of just go with what you did and work your way around it. What does it say?
It's also worth repeating that the U.S. Blu-ray version of the Avengers is region-free and will therefore play on any Blu-ray player in the world. It not only contains the stabbing in full, bloody Pierce-o-vision, it also comes complete with Joss Whedon's commentary track, also missing from several international releases, including the UK's, and it has more featurettes and documentaries. So, when you go to get the Avengers, might I suggest buying the U.S. version online and just having it shipped to you?
Just because they can make more money allowing younger kids to see it. Totally agree with you. It's stupid. Oh, by the way, on Joss Whedon, I saw something that freaked me out today.
What's that?
He was one of the screenwriters on Toy Story.
Really?
Yeah, I put it in for Trent, let him lay down and watch it, and I happened to look back, and it says Joss Whedon, screenwriter.
Cool.
Anyway. I mean, okay, so we know your feelings on it. Retconning is total crap.
Wait, is the Avengers out?
It comes out in like a day and a half. along with the new Batman animated feature that we have to watch for the show? Yes.
Why did I not know about this?
Because you work too much and play video games.
That's probably true too. I still want to watch the Avengers. That was so good. This scene just makes it look... You guys got to look at this. Screen region. This is the only difference in the main part of the film. Whoop. That's it. What is missing from this picture? This looks like one of those...
What is different?
What is different? This looks like one of those difference. This makes no sense.
It doesn't look like it would be quite as painful. I'm just saying.
It doesn't.
If he stopped halfway, he could live.
That does not look nearly as...
With the plot that we all have built into our minds that he's not actually dead, that they did something.
Oh, no, wait. What was yours? You think he's going to become...
I think he's going to be the Vision.
The Vision.
But with this shot, what you've got is almost indisputable argument that he's going to be. Whereas in the version that everyone saw up till now,
they shoved a metal blade through his body.
They shoved a blade through his body.
For all we know, in the
dead.
UK version, the guy took a toothpick and went hee and he just went ow, and then froze there for a second. So
ow.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
That's what I said. Ow. That's why I said it. And I think that's going to be it for the long box today.
I don't like retconning. I saw that and it kind of made me mad. Most Avengers news has made me happy.
Right.
But I hate retconning.
I've never watched it. I've never watched it. I've never watched retconning and I never plan to.
Good job.
I wasn't even sure what retconning was.
I'm letting you talk about the comic this week because this is something we have talked about several times per your request.
Okay, so the comic of the week this week is the Green Lantern number 0.
This month for DC, they did... Every book that they came out in the New 52 got a 0.
Sweet. Anyways, this is the one with the Arab guy on it. The one he had a gun and he's got the Arabic on his arm. We've talked about this, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah.
And let me tell you, fantastic.
Good character.
Comic. Great
really
character.
Good character.
It starts out with the first panel you see is a family, a mom, a dad, daughter, and a son sitting down, and it zooms in on the son's eye, and it's 9/11. So for the if you don't know, where the hell have you been? But they're watching the trade tower, or the towers
World
get
Trade
hit
Center.
in the U.S. And then it shows the next day, and it shows a mosque that's been just defaced. And then it shows
a few years later.
A year later, and it shows
it's 5 years later next.
Was it 5 years later?
5
Some
years
kids
later.
beating up on the boy's sister, and then it shows and then it goes to present time, and it's got the main character, Baz
Simon.
Apparently, because he lost his job, he is taken to stealing cars.
But he manages to steal a van that has a bomb in it and decides to drive into a warehouse, thus being Arabic of Arabic descent. They're going to arrest him for terrorism.
Right.
And that's featured in the comic.
Yeah, and it's very clear. There's one part, the one part I forget to mention. I think it said 10 years later or something like that. It shows him getting patted down at the airport. I mean, it's very true. It's very stereotypical, but very true.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And it was just, the art in it was so crisp, so clean. The art was, it was written by Geoff Johns,
who is basically the writer for DC. I mean, the dude writes he's written every.
Well, I love this story.
He's written every good Green Lantern story for the last several years.
Right. Well, and then it was penciled by Doug Mahnke.
We'll go with that.
And inked by Christian Alamy, Keith Champagne, and Mark Irwin. Colored by Tony Avina and Alex Sinclair.
You did a good job on those.
I'm telling you, this is probably one of my favorites we've read in a long time. The art was just so crisp.
We read it quick.
There was so much detail in the art.
Yeah, they did a lot of the eye, focusing on it. I think the comic book ended with featuring him seeing something.
Yeah,
and then almost at the end of it,
like you
see the green in his eye.
This is not a comic book for kids. I can tell you, like if you know anything about the world in general, like they take him into like an interrogation room that's just got a wooden table on it with a water bucket at the head end. Like they're getting ready to waterboard him. And I mean, it's not said. Those words are never said, but it's inferred, really. And so something happened. The Green Lantern ring shows up.
The way the Green Lantern ring works is when it shows up, it says you have been chosen, or you have shown the ability to overcome fear. But the problem is when the Green Lantern ring shows up for him, it says you have shown the ability, error, to overcome fear. I want to know what the error means.
I don't know. I think it's a confliction because like he was robbing and that kind of stuff.
Well, what are we thinking? Maybe because they're the red lanterns right now are anger.
Right.
So are we thinking maybe that he got the ring because he was the closest to, whoever could get it? Which also begs the problem. As of right now, he's the second Green Lantern.
Okay.
In the New 52. As far as I know, on Earth, I think it's just him and Hal.
Right.
I don't. Well, that's the other thing. There are others in space.
They're trying to figure out where Hal went. They were like, "Well, have you talked to Green Lantern lately?" Like here's the great part. Like the feds were talking about
13 months or 12, 13 months in.
The feds were talking about where should we call the Justice League to let them know that a Green Lantern ring just broke out our prisoner. It was just the story was so freaking good. We're gonna probably buy all of these. This Green Lantern run.
You got to catch up because there's 12 issues out already of that Green Lantern run.
Really?
Yeah. The way they did it last time, it's a 0 month, and what that means is they go about 10 to 12 issues in, and then they do a 0 month to kind of give a back story to a character that everybody came to enjoy or an issue that everybody doesn't understand. In this case, Baz has been featured before.
No.
But they didn't show how.
Okay. Well, I may have to go back and read it. Needless to say, this comic was awesome. It was well written, well drawn, well colored.
Again, featured no superhero stuff.
The only time you ever saw anything power wise
was the ring.
When the ring showed up, it dragged his butt out and dropped him somewhere. That was it when it came to powers. That was it. It was just such a good comic. Like I'm not the biggest Green Lantern fan. I like Green Lantern, don't get me wrong.
I'm the Green Lantern fan.
But that was just so freaking good. Guys, if you haven't listened to this or if you haven't read this, then go get it on Comixology. It's the quickest way to grab it. It's Green Lantern #0, written by Geoff Johns, and it's got Baz, the Arabic. This may be one of my new favorite characters.
Okay.
Just because the backstory is just
during the issue, he's like, he calls his sister and he leaves her a message saying, because she works for the Department of Defense,
right?
And he says, it's whatever you hear, it's not what it looks like. Because he knows he's about to drive a van with a bomb.
I don't want to ruin everything, but there is a spot where he's like, I've hid something here, go get it, it's now yours. I'm like, I wonder what he hid. That may be what the error is from.
You think so?
Maybe there's something in there that he's not supposed to have or whatever that makes him almost illegible ineligible for the Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
Very, very good though. I didn't know there were 12 before this in this Green Lantern run.
The New 52 has made it for the pilot issues, the main ones in the entire series. They've made it a year. Every podcast I've listened to for the past month has been, what do you think of the New 52 1 year later?
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the New 52 has been out for
I've got to go back and watch. I may, after we get done moving next couple of weeks, I may go back and just get all the...
Buy that run
and just go through and read it. Because, I don't read a lot of comics. I don't have time to sit down and read them. I read them for this show. And I really enjoy the ones we read for this show because they're handpicked. I don't have to read all the crap in between.
See, now, there's the problem is there are not a lot of issues out there these days that you can just... Remember when we were kids, you could pick up an issue of something. There might be something connected to another story plot.
Right.
But 90% of the time, you had a beginning, a middle, and an end, and the issue was done.
Right.
That does not happen anymore. So I think comic book creators have to try a lot harder to keep you interested.
Right.
It's like they have to give something in there to say, guarantee they're going to continue the story.
Well, and again, we all know by now that I'm an origin whore. Like, I absolutely love origin stories. And this origin story, I realize that, you know, it's the whole Arabic thing. It's horrible from 2001 and all that good stuff. But, you know...
I think the fact that they gave that to us as a grounding point to let you in on that side.
Right. Like the kid is American.
It's basically, up to that point, up to 2001, the way that was treated almost... was the Japanese for Pearl Harbor.
Right.
The same thing happened there. The Japanese bomb, you know, they got Pearl Harbor. All of a sudden, the Japanese Americans or Japanese who had been here, they were prosecuted. They were persecuted. They were in trouble. You know.
That's one of the things I think I really enjoy is because of the origin story, and it's one of the better origin stories.
I've liked it so far. I like the character. I don't know if I'd care whether he becomes a good guy, neutral, or bad. I don't know if I'd care either way. I kind of like the character.
Yeah, I agree. So, in other words, 2 thumbs up. And
it's 3.
Go watch this, or go watch. Jesus, I'm so used to like shows. Go read this comic. If they would make this Green Lantern a show, I'd totally watch that. Totally. Just saying, creators.
Speaking of which,
go to this
Young
one.
Justice is coming back in about a week, I think.
Sweet. All right, so we're gonna move on, and the next thing is the Noob versus. Last week's Noob versus was
Optimus Prime
versus the Wonder Twins. Now, for those of you that don't know who the Wonder Twins are, you're way too young, apparently. But we got 63 votes this week, 37 to Optimus Prime, and 26 to the Wonder Twins. So while not a shutout, you did win again.
I still won. Did I lose? I lost last week with Worf and Chewie, didn't I?
I don't know. I don't remember. We'd have to go back and look.
I'm pretty sure I lost.
Pretty sure you lost.
But still, you're not winning every week now, so I'm so happy.
I thought that was a good matchup. The Wonder Twins could totally
I would
take
like to
on
put out
Optimus
there that
Prime.
I'm sitting at the house, and I hear a knock on the door at the staircase, and it is our mother and our aunt, who both have their own argument for either one. My aunt's was great. Wonder Twin powers activate, form of a microwave. And then they lure Optimus in, turn it on, arc him out, he's done.
Yep, I like it.
However, our mother's was Optimus is too smart for that, and he will just cut the power cord
to the microwave. Jesus. Either way, I did lose this week, and I lose valiantly.
All right, so I picked last week. I started the picks. So this
Didn't
week,
you say you had one though?
No, I don't have one this week.
Okay. This week, I have emails. Don't look at emails. There we go. This week, let's see. What do we got? Let's see. What kind of stuff we got in here? Who do I want to do? I had one the other day. That was just. Oh, I got it. You're going to lose this week.
That's not fair.
You're straight going to lose.
All right.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris?
I'm going with Chuck Norris. There's no way you beat Chuck Norris. Go ahead. Give me a pick.
I mean, historically speaking, I know who already beat Chuck Norris.
What?
But you've already picked.
Okay.
I picked Bruce Lee.
Oh my God. This could be hard. I didn't think about him.
Now, after the show is over, you have to go back and look. Because there is a fight between Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee. Guess who wins in that one?
Yes, but when Chuck Norris does push-ups, he doesn't go up. The world goes down.
Yeah, blah de blah. We all have jokes. He's 500,000 years old.
Ah, yes! I'm totally winning this week. So this week's is Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee. Who would win in a match to the death? Noting that Chuck Norris is still alive, while the other one is not. So
I got no argument for that because that's just not cool.
It's really not, but I'm just saying that is mine. Please, when we make the link, check Twitter and check all the other ones and whatever we do, and just let everybody know. What? She wrote to Chuck Norris, didn't she? Let everybody know that Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee, and so that we can get those replies. Please, please, please. Thank you so much. Moving on to the short box.
How are we doing on time?
I don't know. Let's go check. We're about
pretty good. About the same.
We're doing all right.
Not as much in the short box today, so let's take a shot at it.
First story in the short box is... There you go.
Marvel's Amazing Spider-Man is going to end at issue 700. First of all, do the math. How many years is that? Bring up your calculator.
Is it one a week?
One a month for the most part. So
12
a
months.
year.
I don't know my calculator.
It's 12 a year, dude. So 700 divided by 12.
Calculator. 700 divided by 12. That's 58 years.
Holy crap.
That's a long, long time.
Yep. Now, this sucks beyond every measure I can imagine.
Yes,
Do you want to know why? Not because Amazing Spider-Man is ending. They're going to bring the Amazing Spider-Man series back in Marvel now. I'm sure they're going to.
Right.
The reason it sucks is because it basically is pointing towards the end of the long run.
You think?
I would guarantee it. I think they're coming to the end to where you're not going to see.
That is so weird. I grew up on everything The Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Like we all call it Spider-Man, but it was always The Amazing Spider-Man.
I mean, X-Men used to be issues and years and years. The Green Lantern run that I have is what I think it went from 93 to like 2004 because it's 181 issues.
Jeez.
I've collected that whole series because it was a good run for me. But I mean, I feel really bad because the run is coming to an end, and I hate that.
Right.
There's two other ones: Captain America, Black Widow, and Wolverine are coming to an end as well. Wolverine kind of sucks. That one's been around
how does
for
it
a
actually
long
put
time.
it? Wolverine and Captain America team up titles are also gone.
But the bigger one here is Spider-Man.
Yeah, does it say the Amazing Spider-Man news is a little surprising. Unlike most superhero comics still in publication, the title has only been renumbered from once back in the 1990s and resumed its original numbering with 2003's issue 500. There's little doubt that Marvel will shortly announce a new home for Spider-Man himself. Let's see. It doesn't actually give us a year, does it, that he started? I'm going to Google it. Give me a minute. I got to Google. Alright. So,
we're going to Google this to see what year.
The Amazing Spider-Man. Wikipedia, please.
No, you need comic.
Wikipedia.
That's probably going to be the... Oh, no, there it is.
I had a copy.
It began publication in 1963 as a monthly periodical. So it has been going since 1963.
Yep.
That's
dang. I love this.
We didn't have that. We had a reprint.
We had a reprint. I actually had a reprint, but I've read this comic several times.
This was actually two stories. It featured Spider-Man trying to join the Fantastic Four.
Yep.
And it featured the Chameleon. He was one of the first bad guys ever introduced for Spider-Man.
I love this comic.
It was really good. I really liked it. It was the episodic. It was the original costume. Stan Lee, the writer. I'm trying to remember. Steve Ditko was on art, and Steve Ditko is an amazing artist.
This just to me kind of sucks.
It really does. Show them the cover for 700. If you're just listening to this, Google The Amazing Spider-Man number 700. It's a really cool cover. It's super simple, but what it does is it's featuring, my guess is pretty much anybody who's been a main contributor to the comic.
Right.
So artists, writers, and possibly editors. I don't know for sure.
This is just... it's kind of depressing to me because I love The Amazing Spider-Man. See, here's what I don't get. Why can't they just go, okay, bam, and then start The Amazing Spider-Man over again?
What do you mean? Just do Amazing Spider-Man number 1 again?
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'd rather see in, another 15, 20 years, I'd rather see Amazing Spider-Man number 1000.
That would be weird.
I think it would be so cool. But I heard this point brought up the other day on iFanboy, and I agree with it. If they're gonna continue to have all this, renumbering all the time and everything, stop putting numbers on them in period. Put a year and a month on them.
Yeah, I would do that.
That's it. No more numbers. Year and a month, and only number it if it's part of a miniseries. You
just do year and a month. 1 of 7.
Yes. Because everything's part of a miniseries now.
I'm good with that.
Or a story arc.
This was part of the short box, right?
I know, but still. It upsets me.
Just saying. Okay. So we're going to let you guys go through every story in the short box. There's a link in the description below. You guys will be able to read that and go check it out yourselves. So we're going to move on to the next one. This one is just a little bit of quickie news. We know almost nothing about it, except for the fact that Ron Moore adapting A Knight's Tale, the movie A Knight's Tale, for the small screen. So it looks like Heath Ledger's movie A Knight's Tale is going to come to the small screen. It's essentially going to be the same thing without all the good actors in it. Did I say that out loud?
And we were talking about this. Most of the main cast in that, the hero side of it, when we went back and rewatched the trailer, all have ties to sci-fi, fantasy, or comic book.
My favorite is the redhead guy. What do they call him? Wart.
Who was the pilot in Firefly?
Yeah.
The announcer, gentleman, I can't think
of
Chaucer.
Yeah.
He is Jarvis.
Yeah.
You have Heath Ledger, famously now as the Joker.
Right.
And the portly guy, I do not remember his name, the second Squire.
Yeah.
Was the king in the first season, as far as I know, of Game of Thrones. I don't watch it. I'm sorry.
I don't watch Game of Thrones
I don't have time.
But I will probably watch this if I remember.
Depends on who's playing.
It looks like it's coming out for ABC, so I will probably at least see it.
Depends on who's.
But they say the storyline is going to be, let's say, close to the premise of the movie. Medieval fantasy incorporating modern music and themes that follows the journey of a young man who starts out impersonating a knight of the realm and ends up becoming one. I don't want them to redo
the movie. I want them to...
Well, see, that's the problem, though. It sounds like what they're going to do is they're going to do the 24 style of the movie. They're going to take, okay, this was the style of the movie. Let's do season 1 as the movie, and they're going to take, oh no, I'm poor, and by the end of the season he makes it as a knight.
Yeah.
And then season 2 is they find out he's not a knight and he has to fight, or blah 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 blah. Anyways, moving on. That's a good story. I like that one.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Okay, this one,
I get to talk about this.
Oh my god, this was epic. Go for it.
The title of this for this week was 2 Minutes of Pure Awesomeness, a Star Wars fan film. And this has been out there all week. If you haven't seen this, how have you not? And what it is, it's a Star Wars TIE Fighter animation, an anime style, and it's a fan film. It is just a fan film. That is all it is. It's on YouTube. There's several websites that picked it up. It is so amazing. I mean, so amazing.
Yeah. I was sitting here watching this earlier going,
it's basically it's been said it's the fan film that Lucasfilms doesn't want you to see.
Lucasfilm should pay these dudes to make a show.
The Clone Wars is going to be coming to an end soon.
They need to pay these dudes to make a show.
Oh, it was fantastic. And it's featured from the Empire side of things.
Yeah.
Which is not something that's done normally.
I told him, first thing I said was, no, don't make those guys relatable. Because I won't want them to die, but then I want Luke to die, and then the world will explode.
My brain will stop.
That does not compute.
But please check out this. And if you have a way to, support the animator, the guys who created this, please go do so, because it was fantastic, and it's only 2 minutes,
right?
And it was already like you said, you're not a huge Star Wars fan,
right?
You like the
movies. I love Star Wars.
We grew up watching them, but you're not a fan addict, as I call it.
No, I couldn't tell you what model Han Solo's gun is.
I don't know that,
but you get what I'm saying.
I get it.
Okay,
I know more about the the stuff than you do, but it was just...
we had a question in the chat. It says, I have a basic idea of the Star Wars timeline. However, when does the video games, Star Wars, PlayStation 3 games take place? If you're talking about the Force Unleashed,
they take place in between Episode 3 and Episode 4.
Yes. Right?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Because he was Vader.
Yes.
And he hadn't met Luke yet.
Correct.
Because Luke was supposed to take over for Vader.
Between the last crappy film from the second set they did and the first original movie,
between number 3 and number 4,
well, whatever.
Episode 3 and Episode 4.
Yeah, gotcha. Moving
There's
on.
There's about a 25-year thing.
If you're not, I need you to pause. If you're listening to this podcast and you have ability to do this, I need you to pause right now, scroll down, click that link, and watch this movie. Watch that 2 minutes. Oh my God, so good. All right, moving on.
I do this just to aggravate.
This drives me so stupid. This has got to be stupid. Go for it.
More Walking Dead webisodes are coming to YouTube. The first season got a bunch of webisodes, backstories. It featured
they're zombies.
The
People
crawler.
get eaten. They turn into zombies. They turn into zombies. Somebody kills them. It's a circle of life. Who gives a crap?
If you like Walking Dead, check out the article. Go back and check out the old webisodes if you haven't watched them. I watched them. They were so creepy and so cool.
No. Yawn. Sorry, guys. Had to yawn. Marvel makes deal to deliver digital comics around the world. Teaming up with iVerse will allow comics to be accessible in foreign languages worldwide.
I put this in here simply because that's awesome.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I think everybody should get to enjoy a comic book, and
I guess this iVerse International is the ones that do
distribute it.
Well, no, are they the ones that do the language
transpose the art because that's the cool thing. It's it's not a cartoon. It's not a television show that has to be redubbed or anything. All you have to do is go in there and you
gotta change the writing.
Why do I have too much time on my hand, Dan?
Somebody told me I have too much time. I said, what? What is that picture?
That's Thanos, and that's one of the execs for Marvel.
Oh, okay. So next thing on the list is Marvel's Klein Fig.
Yes.
Fig chats villain Thanos and their future plans.
Basically, I think what he's saying is he is confirming that he is going to be he's going to be on the Avengers 2 and on
Guardians of the
Galaxy.
Galaxy.
But I think they're also talking about maybe bringing him into other stuff. They're calling I think what they're calling is after Avengers 2, they're calling that Phase 3. Phase 1 was the first set of movies in Avengers.
Right.
Phase 2 is going to be the second set of movies in Avengers 2.
Right.
Phase 3 will be the continuation, because I know they'll do at least a third Avengers. Joss Whedon may not do that one, but they'll probably do the movie regardless.
How many Iron Mans do you think we're going to have by then?
I think they're done with Iron Man. I think they're going to start using other characters.
26? Sorry.
But I like Thanos. I think he's a BA character.
Nice. We're getting, we call it rated on Twitch chat. We're getting a bunch of people. Thank you, Blue Moon, for sending your people to us. Hello. Moving on to the next thing in the
and there's Blue Moon right there.
That's why I said thank you. All right, now I have not seen either of the movies, but apparently Universal is talking sequels for Ted and Bourne. I've got it. Bourne Identity. Ted. Can you imagine him like make Ted get him all like, hey man, you know what I went through? I will kill you, and just like goes crazy on somebody. I want to see that movie. Somebody make that movie, please.
I mean, we knew there was going to be another Bourne. The question is, are they going to put what's
Side
his name?
note,
Matt Damon in it?
Matt Wahlberg.
No, Damon.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg was in Ted.
Oh yeah. Side note, the guy who creates Family Guy,
Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane, bad actor.
Why
Or at least on SNL.
Oh.
I watched his SNL episode. It was like, okay, here's who he's talking to. The cue cards are over here. He goes, "Oh no, what are you doing?" And he's like horribly looking in both directions. I'm like, really, really bad, really, really bad. But I'd like to see sequels. I mean, I haven't watched the new Bourne.
I don't think he's a bad actor. I think he's just a bad live actor.
I think the Bourne sequels or the Bourne things are probably going to die soon.
Why?
Just because.
No, I don't think they do. Although, why don't you put Mark Wahlberg, Matt Damon, and Jeremy Renner in one Bourne movie?
Mark Wahlberg. Why Mark Wahlberg?
He can be the bad Brooklyn bad guy.
Fair enough. Go check out the story.
Or the Boston
It'll be
bad
in the
guy.
links below for the short box. And the last thing in the
Bourne
short
is
box
becoming
today.
the American version of Bond. I kind of agree.
Yeah.
Get a new Bourne every few years? Yeah, why not?
Let's see.
Recently in the news, Captain America was sworn in as President of the United States.
So was he sworn in as Captain America or sworn in as
Steve
Rogers?
You know? I don't know.
Because in the picture here, he's being sworn in as Captain America. But what I'm wondering is, you said this is the Ultimate Universe. Is there a difference?
Yeah, well, there's no Washington D.C. The writer of the Ultimates, Jonathan Hickman, apparently blew it up before he left the title.
Oh wow, that's great. He goes, "Because you're firing me."
No, he left the title. He went on to do Fantastic Four.
He's like, how do I get out of this title? How do I get out of this? I'm gonna blow up Washington.
I like it. Big L man says, finally, someone I can vote for. I would vote for Captain America. I mean, come on.
Wait, didn't we do the story last week that he was tired of doing push-ups?
Yes.
The actor?
Yes.
He's like, I don't want to lift heavy things anymore. I'm making too much money.
But check this out. There's a big article here with a lot of the people involved, including the editors, the artists, the writers.
Who's his vice president? Bucky?
I don't know. I really don't. What?
Somebody said they'd vote for me for president.
Oh, nice. But I thought that was kind of cool to mention.
Yeah. That was
Not to mention, he'd go in with the special forces and take out the peoples.
Still, who would be his? Maybe Iron Man.
No. Tony drinks too much and gets in a lot of trouble.
Have you seen the recent pictures of Joe Biden? He's got like this biker chick on his lap, and the guy next to him is like, "What?" So, pretty sure nowadays Vice President is there for comic relief. We're probably gonna get arrested after this episode.
Hulk is this? No, Hulk is the defense secretary.
Jesus, stay away from our country. Okay. Sorry.
All right, that was a good show.
Yeah, that was good. Chat, what do you guys think? You think thumbs up, thumbs down? What do you think?
What did you think?
I liked it. I want to read that comic again. I actually might pull that up and read that again.
Yeah.
That would be the first time.
The first time in 15 years that you've reread a comic?
Yeah. That would be
kids.
That would be the first reread since we've started doing the show, at least. That was a fantastic, such a good freaking issue. Now I'm gonna have to go back and look at the other ones. I feel sad now. I have to go spend money. Don't tell my wife.
I think she's still listening.
She may still be listening unless she's fallen asleep. She tend to do that a lot. Timmy showed you all the reason. Thank God. Yeah, no kidding. Thank God we're on Sinclair.
Good job.
What? It's you know, it is what it is.
Thanks everybody for coming. Anybody who is new, please go hit the follow button. Go to YouTube, subscribe to us, follow us on Twitter. It's at Nerd and the Noob. I am at gman0184.
I am at opaque_mango.
If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at nerdandthenoob@gmail.com. Comment everywhere.
Yeah,
share everything.
Share, tell everybody. Tell the world. And if you are new to this, please take a minute, go back, listen to some of the other episodes. I've heard, we are very good travel companions when you on your long drives to work when you're stuck in traffic.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Who'd you hear that from?
I'm making it up, you dumbass.
Well, that's just not cool. I listen to us. Noob Versus, as always, will be up in a couple of days, probably on Tuesday. Chuck Norris, Bruce Lee, you're going down.
Not happening.
And I will go out there with buttons.
You go out there with buttons?
I will get Bruce Lee buttons. Bruce Lee over Chuck Norris.
Speaking of that, okay, gotta ask a question real quick before we end this. Greg here is talking about getting some stickers made.
Yes.
If we find a place that'll let you order that, how many of you guys would like something like that? Or like a hat, or we can set this kind of stuff. Would any of you like actually go order something like this? The stickers I like because if you order like 20 of them, then you can give them to friends and that kind of stuff. I like the sticker idea because then you can just take them and stick them on stuff.
Yeah, definitely. If I
Nerd
get a
and the
bunch
Noob
of stickers, I worked hard on them. They
look really cool.
They did. They came out pretty good. But please go to iTunes, write a review. We're not begging for stuff out there, but we'd like people to know we're here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So check us out on YouTube. We're Nerd and the Noob pretty much everywhere.
Absolutely. Go now, do your little spiel.
At the end of every episode, as I always say,
kills my credibility.
Whether there's one of you or 1,000 of you, you're all epic. So please.